Greetings viewers and welcome back to another episode of Stellaris as we the messengers of Paradisium spread the world about our great oracle and how people should live their lives. We've elevated the Kirim Enterprises up as a subsidiary. We're currently working on at least one other at the Sakrat Observatory, the Mitfell. They're still in the Iron Age, but we're doing our best to bring them up. In the meantime, we're looking to secure and expand our borders. So things are generally going quite well for us. We had a little bit of a scuffle. We found a new ship. This is a terrible name for an armada. Can't just call it new ship. So this is going to be the not troubled, panicked. There we go. Now the Panicked Armada is all the way over here. We're going to bring it back. Sending it on its way to the Pell system. So we can shore up our borders. That's the next thing that we're looking to do. So with our combat against the mining drones, we've gained some progress in various bits of research. This is kind of vital for us. Which way are you going? You're going to go through the space amoeba swarm. That is a terrible plan. Don't do that. Go this way round. Once we've got the borders secure over here, away from the Everite Horde, I'll think about us moving in and taking out some of the other potential problems nearby. So build the mining station and let's have a look at this space station itself. We want to upgrade it to a starport just as soon as we have the materials for that. Let's do a little bit of trading to help us along the way. Scientist Roland has gained another level, up to level 5. Where is our lovely science ship of the deepest murk? Oh, you're over here. Okay. So survey the system. Then come down and survey these two as well. Our construction ship. We've got one over here that's going to take up Telebellum. That will secure our area quite nicely. And the Troubled Armada. I think once this is upgraded, we'll be able to set it as a proper trade station.
A special project is complete.
Over on Zanaya 1. Where is Zanaya 1? Ah, up there. Okay. The archaeological dig site has uncovered a small mural, one of the observatory's dust-covered smaller chambers. It seems to depict several different constellations, possibly as they would have appeared if viewed from the Voltan homeworld. Our astronomers have not been able to identify the individual stars. That gives us quite a bit of research, actually. And another Blatum artifact. So we're up to 4 out of 6 of those. And 2 out of 7 L gate in the sites. Now the rubricator itself, we need to actually control that system if we're going to mine it. So that'll take us quite a bit of time. I would like to remove that asset protection system over there as soon as
a study has been completed.
We can get our armada improved to the point where we're going to have the power to actually take it out. Now, living metal is going to take a long time to do, so I think we'll ignore that, and for the moment we'll go for improved Corvette hull points. We've got improved deflectors arriving very shortly as well. And then we can think about doing some proper upgrades for our ships. Whereabouts are you? You're over at Tarabellum as well. Okay. Well, if you're over here, maybe we'll send you to Tunobo. Because I saw that there was a potentially habitable planet there. And if that's the case, I'd like to rush our way across to it. Now, during its survey of Brigaf 1, the Testament to Deepest Murk discovered exotic gases. Oh, lovely. And we might just be able to claim that if we quick here and quick here. So, discovered several exotic gases previously unknown to us. These gases have a variety of different uses, particularly in the operation of advanced energy-based weaponry and force fields. Some of the gases can be used as starship fuel or even recreational drugs. While we don't yet possess the means to extract it, we should consider establishing control over the system. Well, yeah, we definitely should. We also want to push on our... Yeah. Push on our research choices. Let's go for the fusion reactor, because it's going to be quite quick. And then we might do the mining drone laser afterwards. I think these are going to be useful early on, but not particularly later. Although getting our research station output up could benefit us more in the long run. Fusion power. And let's have a look at our fleets. So with auto upgrade in place, these guys are able to be upgraded. Let's send them back for that. The Panicked Armada, not really. But we can go to the Fleet Manager and we can add some assistance onto it. Unless we want to save our metals. I think we want to save our metals at the moment. Once Pell Station is upgraded, we'll want to make sure it's nice and secure.
A system survey has concluded. Construction venture completed.
Awesome. Pell is ours. So next up will probably be coming up to Rakmir. I think that's where we need to expand our influence to. Now, living metal will require living metal technology in order to extract. So if we take Wildor, we'll have it. We'll be making our way around to Sarak 3. So yeah, come all the way up here. I think we're going to need to buy those metals. I dislike doing trading like this because it's just not efficient. But get that starbase being built now. And let's have a look at what it's telling us. So the station is constructed, we knew that. We've found a new archaeological site. Ooh, a two-angled site. Interesting. Where is that one? Talandra. Oh, that's over there. So we've not really discovered it. Our neighbours have discovered it. These various sites, of course, nice and interesting, but ultimately we need to control the system in order to do anything with them.
A system survey has concluded.
Okay, come down and survey here. Carry on exploring these back paths. But, you know, you'll find other stuff before you get to that point. you're on your way over to Landine. That's good. Hey, look, it's the Sol system. Ooh. So we've got an encounter in Tethel. An extremely powerful subspace entity of some kind has been encountered in the Tethel system. It does not appear hostile, and may not even be fully aware of conventional spacecraft, but its mere presence in Tethel is causing massive subspace disturbances in the entire system. These disturbances are localized around the entity itself and should disappear when it leaves the system. While it does not acknowledge hails, the entity is continuously emitting complex pattern of tachyon pulses, which appear to be a form of language. If our translation software is correct, it's saying over and over, Blur seeks, Blur finds. Well, that's not great. It's also a little bit terrifying. Massive subspace entities doing their own thing. Where is the Tethel system? Oh, that's down there. 32,000. Yeah. Let's not go near that.
Construction venture completed.
Get those mining stations on the go. In fact, no. Come down and take Brigaffa first. Then we'll do the mining stations. Because Brigaffa is close to the border.
Construction venture completed.
And in Bagel, there is another. Where is Bagel? Ah, Bagel down here. Yeah, so it's just on the edge of our sensor range. So we've encountered some form of aliens. We're calling them the Zai aliens. They're far enough away that I'm not too worried about that. It seems like our friendly trade league and our brothers in arms, the Amarthi, forming into defensive pacts. So yeah, I'm glad we've got this lovely little friendship thing going on here. Pell Station has finished its construction, so let's start reinforcing it. I think we'll go for 2 gun batteries there, and then probably a target uplink computer. Getting extra range it'll help initially, but in fact maybe the disruption field generator will be better. Target uplink. I don't want them to outrange me. Non-aggression pact from the Quintilians. Yeah, sure. This is going to cost us some more influence, but it's all good about keeping our friends happy.
Our vessels have been reinvigorated.
Lovely. Bring them over to the front lines again. That's pushed their power up quite a bit, but there's still plenty more to be done. Stop that entirely. I've ended up spending our alloys that we needed, haven't I? Because you're supposed to be just going straight in and building that starbase. I can't have them getting it before me. Now, luckily, that construction ship is not coming this way. Oh, that's a lovely system as well. I want them all. Okay, back in the fleet manager. We were going to upgrade these. Now, with this frigate, I think if we get some anti-shield support, and in fact we'll get a mix of everything. Yeah, 6 of each, and then that 1 frigate, at least until we can build frigates of our own. We're not going to be able to have the metals to build that anytime soon, but we'll get there eventually. Okay, you can come back and carry on researching, surveying different places.
An anomaly has been discovered.
And Cordenian has found another anomaly. So this is in surveying around Tok, which is that all the way down here? No, that's Relenan who's down there. So Tok is going to be up in the top neck of the woods. Oh, there it is. Well, it's nice and easy. Impressive structures litter a small area on the surface, practically begging for some archaeological work. Go ahead and have a look. I really want to get both of these systems. Especially with the extra potential trade value. For the research agreement, I think I'll decline that because we're going to be getting quite a bit more research than them, if my understanding is correct. And we don't want to be sharing all of our knowledge. They are pretty powerful. In fact, their technology level is behind ours. It's just their economic strength, really, that's pushing things through. That's why we need all of these extra systems. So the structures on Tok are not as old as we first believed. It seems to be a playground or amusement park of some sort. Science officer Corendinian notes that many of the contraptions are highly complex creations that we can learn much from, and that to the builder's alien's eyes it might have been cutting-edge sensor array or even a gigantic art installation. Regardless, to us Daesh, it mostly looks like a place where you would take your young and let them amuse themselves. Gives us a little bit of society research, which is good, and some engineering research, which will be pushing us towards our corvette hulls. Getting our construction ship down into Lothandra as soon as possible is going to allow us to build just as soon as we have those metals available. There we go. Build the starbase, and then once you're done with that, we can look at doing all the other stuff we've been meaning to do. We spent so long excavating right at the start, we didn't really expand our borders a huge amount. Now we're hopefully getting the benefits of that extra knowledge. Metals is definitely going to be the thing that we need the most of. New archaeological dig site. Again, we'll need to actually claim the system in order to do anything with that. So we will ignore that for now.
An unusual phenomenon.
Okay, so there's decaying machinery on Tok 4, originally constructed a staggering 70,000 years ago. The fate of the alien engineers who built it is unclear, as they no longer inhabit the planet. Their machinery spans the majority of the surface of the planet, crisscrossing mountains and oceans alike, and even extends far below the surface in a vast network of underground facilities. It's being constructed using identical materials and serial codes, suggesting a single institution created the entire network. From the long overgrown agricultural sectors to the collapsed energy generation and transformation systems and extensive communications arrays, all of the industrial and entertainment needs of the planet's lost inhabitants were met by this one super machine. Remarkably, some of these mechanical sectors are still functional, sending and receiving local signals, lighting up long-rotted ghost towns and watering great swaths of what must have once been agricultural land. Apologies, I have a little bit of a cold, so my mouth is all over the place at the moment. Deep scans of the planet's crust suggest the sprawling machinery's control center is located underground. We'll have to excavate it if we wish to reach it. As for the strange organic tissue covering most of the planets, our science team thus far remains baffled to its nature and its purpose. So there is an archaeological site there. We've got another anomaly. Entire continents are blanketed in a strange growth that seems as odd with the rest of the planet's flora. Go ahead and research that. That'll be very quick to find out. It's just the previous occupants. It's goo. I can tell you that, and I'm not even at that planet. So, our space station in Pell is looking quite a lot better. I would like it to be bigger, and I'd probably be tempted to get some defensive platforms, but for the moment I think we'll just wait until we've got enough for a disruption field generator.
Construction venture completed.
Get the research stations, get the mining station, get the research stations, and this entire section will be ours. After intense study and sampling of the growth blanketing the entire biosphere, Corinthian reports the substance is non-native to the planet, but rather an invasive fungal life form. The fungus feeds on biomatter, choking out existing plant life and enveloping terrain. Any future settlers would have to deal with routinely burning back the exofungus. Okay, that gives us a bit more research, helping us towards our regenerative hull tissue. And we found another anomaly. By chance, we stumbled upon a faint alien signal during the survey. The source appears to be a small object in orbit. Yeah, go ahead and research it. You're done up here. That's not a habitable planet. Well, barely. Come and survey round these parts. See if we need to come running in and claim Tunamo to be able to get round there. Now our levels of metals are going up slowly, but they are quite slow. I think we might need to shift our production from minerals to alloys. The mummified remains of a single individual belonging to a previously unknown species has been found drifting in high orbit. The being is dressed in what appears to be a light flight suit, complete with helmet, and maybe a fighter pilot that ejected in some ancient battle. Studying the corpse has given us some interesting data. That moves us forwards in our research a little bit, ever closer to that regenerative hull tissue.
A system survey has concluded.
Raskomir's be done. Hey, look, there's metals up there. We're definitely taking that then. We just need the influence for it. I'm glad the influences once again are a limiting factor. Yeah, we're still getting slightly more than we were at the start of the game. It takes a lot of family time to deal with our neighbours and our various non-aggression pacts and the like. Ooh. We've encountered some form of alien vessels in the Kelvin Maelstrom. They've been flagged as the unidentified empire. Interesting. Oh, they're the curators. I think that's a little bit of a bug that you can contact us. Sorry, you can contact them that way. We're not supposed to be able to just click on that station to talk to them. So we're not going to do that until we've actually made contact. Otherwise, that'll definitely be a little bit game breaking. Hopefully, they will take the effort to research. Our language. Right, so we want this target uplink computer. And that's going to finish securing Pell for now.
A system survey has concluded.
And we can move our traditions forwards. Public trust officers is definitely something that are slightly less than legitimate trade enterprise is going to want. We want to finish domination as soon as possible so we can improve our influence and expand even faster. And it is quite tempting, actually, to build another starbase over on Lathandra. While they are our friends, it is still going to be a point of entry into the Empire. So something that we would be concerned about. Now that Pell Station is better secured, you guys can head back to Continuum. Reduce the amount we're spending on you slightly.
A study has been completed.
Okay, fusion reactor, that's great. We're going to move on. And yeah, let's get the mining drone laser. It'll take a little bit longer, but it'll tick it off. And destroyers. Oh yes, destroyers. 52 months as well. That's still 185 months away, so we're going to have a pretty big step up in terms of our military capabilities all at the same time. Down here, carry on exploring and surveying. You might find something that's intriguing to us all the way down in this far corner. Up here, we're going to do the same, but in a slightly different direction. Got to always be moving forwards. So in terms of our expansion planet, there is a couple of places that we can go to. Urantok, Sarek 3, and Tanobo. They're all habitable. Urantok actually looks amazing. So I think really that's where we want to push for. We could turn that into a massive generator world. And the fastest way for us to get there would be to go through the amoeba or go through the asset protection unit over here. Although we can actually come around via Nifra, can't we? Yeah, let's go via Nifra with 13 trade value. I think that's actually going to be a great place for us to move. Jarzin's found another anomaly. We're receiving a weak signal of some kind from the surface of the planet. This also appears to be some kind of tracking beacon. Go ahead and have a look at that. Paradisium, how are you doing? You've got 12 housing, you've got 4 jobs. So that's good. One more person and we can build another building. Which might end up being a foundry. Just realised we've got enough influence for us to be able to get Raskamir on its way. I'm feeling a lot more confident now. I think that things are going in the right way for our family. Troubled Armada, let's get you upgrading. Got to keep in tip-top shape. Yeah, so we're receiving a transmission from the Curator Order. They have translated our language. Well met, Curators. Now, these are guys who we could potentially try and exploit. Can you aid us in our research? So that will cost us 1,000. And it'll give us a 10% research boost for 10 years. That is a significant boost. So I'm totally down for us doing that. I have been saving up our money quite a bit for setting up branch offices, but for now we can use it to fund our knowledge. And in fact, if we have a look at our different contacts, I think everyone that we've made contact with, other than the Everites, I mean, they're a devouring swarm, but we still can't put a branch office on their planet. Kirim Enterprises, they're obviously our subjects, so we're getting money from them. The Marthri, they're a corporation. Quotidian Trade Union, they're a corporation. Yeah, I do worry a little bit about these. I think maybe we should start building up bigger fleets just in case. I don't want to look like an easy target, you know. A small short-range transmitter has been located on the surface of Shizono 4. It appears to be an ancient survey marker placed here years ago to mark a large deposit of precious metals. The miners it was meant for evidently never arrived, as the deposit is still here. There's extra minerals available up there.
Construction venture completed.
Yeah, it's going to take us a lot of metals to do this.
Completed.
Get the mining stations, and we can start working towards making our fleets amazing.
A system survey has concluded.
Once we're done with that, we're going to move on to Nifra,
Vessels have been
then
refitted.
Trinitar, and then finally Urantok, and then we can look at expanding.
A system survey has concluded.
Ooh, we've got another anomaly in Tethel. Okay, well, glowing webs of an unknown origin. Go ahead and carry on researching that. If you find it like some kind of giant space spider, then you know, don't go too close to it. Yeah, like a little Vlur offspring. Don't touch it. Don't poke it. It might anger it. In fact, I think I'm more interested in moving towards Urantok before going to Sarak. I think it'll probably benefit us a lot more. Okay, Life Electric. Science Officer Roland reports that Tethel-5 is covered from pole to pole in a web-like network of electrical filaments. These networks respond to external stimuli. The testament of Undskin experimented with sending a low-voltage pulse to the surface, which resulted in a wave of illumination that rippled through the network like a circuit board. Even more remarkably, the webs rearranged themselves. The second low-voltage pulse revealed that the filaments had been organised into a new pattern, centred around where the previous pulse had contacted the surface. Roland concludes that the discovery confirms the long-held theory that life can exist as almost purely electrical impulses, independent of cellular or viral structure. Wow, that gave Roland an entire skill level. Definitely worth having a look at that.
A system survey has concluded.
Now, I wonder if we declare rivalry. Yeah, and it'll. I mean, obviously they're not going to like us. They don't like anything anyway. That's going to get us a little bit more influence over time, which will allow us to potentially expand a little bit faster. Sure, we can let other people into the family. Let's allow that migration treaty. Sort of going in the right direction for us. Let's start reinforcing these ships. Now, you are as done as you can be. Let's move up to Nefra, so as soon as we've got that influence, we can carry on building. How are our tiny places going? The Enlightenment is going really slowly. Chardrin has gained a level over here. Oh no, that's Rosen. But the survey has been completed. So they're going to move on. Nothing interesting, just a lot of trade value to be had up in this top corner. As a trade league, that is interesting to me, but it's amazing how quickly our energy credits have come back despite spending on that research. We could push for research subsidies, but it all takes influence.
An anomaly has been discovered.
So let's leave that alone. In the Shiju system, the asteroid belt, there's an asteroid that's recently suffered an impact from another body, resulting in slightly changed orbits and a massive crater. Yeah, go ahead and have a look at it. And also, a remarkable array of gases being vented on one of the planets in Obishki 4. Not usually found on molten worlds. Go ahead and research that as well. That's all the way down here. Plenty of things to be keeping our scientists busy.
Inbound communique.
Defensive Pact invitation. Well, the Defensive Pact take a lot. They really do take a lot, so I'm going to decline that one. As much as it'd probably benefit us, I want our influence to still be able to grow so that we can still keep expanding. If we're going to be managing our family interests, we need to be able to stake our territorial claims. Extremophilia. Roland and her crew have made a surprise discovery. The molten planet is home to an exotic array of extremophilic microorganisms. These bacteria live inside the volcanic vents that scar the planet, thriving in the extremely high temperatures. The unprecedented find is our first known example of organic life forms flourishing on molten planets. Moreover, they are in fact responsible for the rare gases detected in its atmosphere, producing these valuable compounds as a byproduct of their metabolic processes. Well, that's lovely for whoever gets that planet, but not good for us. The asteroid, on the other hand, upon closer examination, we discovered a small asteroid consisting entirely of precious metals has collided with it. This small but dense cache of metals was hidden just beneath the surface, and now it's been discovered, we should be able to mine it.
A system survey has concluded.
Now, unfortunately, because we're waiting for influence to be able to expand, there's not a huge amount we can do in terms of managing our empire. We can build more ships. We can build up our supply, regenerative hull tissue. But ultimately, those things are going to be down to. Do we want the aliens who? It's going to be down to time in order to get that working. I think improving our admin capacity is going to be a good idea. As we move and expand, our empire sprawl is going to be increasing. 5% is not necessarily a huge amount, but it is still going to be significant over time. Yeah, we'll go for adaptive bureaucracy. I think any good space mafia family needs to have a bit of bureaucracy in the background.
An anomaly has been discovered.
Okay, let's get that starbase on the go. Over in Obisco A, that's all the way down here. Sensors have reported a shipwreck of unknown origins. Okay. Yeah, go ahead and have a look. Maybe we can get something out of that. A little bit of extra technology to help us on our way.
Construction venture completed.
Our crew aboard the testament to the Nth Skin report that the shipwreck appears to be the result of an unexpected geomagnetic solar storm. The supply ship suffered a complete loss of life support systems and sustained inoperable damage, drifting into the gravity well. There are no survivors. The ship's cargo does indeed contain a notable amount of minerals. However, the captain of the testament of Nth Skin cautions the construction indicates Kyurem design. It's not going to be Kyurem. We've been guiding the Kyurems. If it's a Kyurem design, it's actually our design, because we're the ones that guided them to that point. It's highly likely the minerals belong to the Kyurem enterprises, and they may be displeased should we lay claim. Although getting more faction influence is probably a better benefit for me, so yeah, we'll not risk an altercation.
A system survey has concluded. An unusual phenomenon has cropped up.
Mineral composition of Ural 2 does not match the projections. Yeah, go ahead and research that. So with Nifra being claimed, we are just two systems away from establishing our first colony. We've got a decent number of metals coming in now, so we can also work on our fleets, getting them much larger. In fact, we could probably send the 2 fleets to go and take out that group. I would like to be overwhelmingly powerful when we do that. You know, if you're going to take out a threat, you don't just like step in and say, "Oh, hi." No, you go in with 50 of your friends. Get the mining stations first, then the research stations. And let's do some counting. 1, 2. 1, 2. Maybe from Terrabellum. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. Losing that trade value in Sanach is a real shame, but I think that's actually coming from their planet. Ooh. Yeah. Substance abusers. Brilliant. What I was thinking is, in order to capitalize on this, we could turn Terrabellum into a trade station. Potentially. But we could also have Nifra as one. And if we have Nifra as one, then it'll expand further out. So we'll see how it goes. Either way, I'm afraid we are unfortunately out of time for this episode, so let's just see what the Kirim are going to say to us. Dahesh, we have received word of our downed supply ship's cargo. We'd like to extend our gratitude to you for taking the time to recover it, without the need for Kirim investment. Oh yes, one favour. And 100 influence, which we can immediately use to claim another system. So where is the second supply ship? Let's buy a few more metals, and we're going to claim Trinitar. And with that, we're going to finish this episode off. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. Not a huge amount of interesting stuff this time. We've mostly been working on expanding our borders and getting our economic engine up and running. It's certainly looking a lot healthier now than it was, but we're still low down on the list in terms of economic strength. 423. It's actually the difference between our nations. That's the only thing that's holding us back. So building it up is definitely the right thing for us to do. As always, if you have enjoyed this, be sure to give a big thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do so, and you'll be told when the next episode goes live. Otherwise, I'll see you next time for another episode of Stellaris. See you soon.